All right, we're gonna be watching me playing on Junker Queen on New Junk City, which is one of the new Flashpoint maps. So this is gonna be when you be playing against Ramacha just briefly the first life, and then they're gonna swap Doomfist, and then I think back to Ramacha, something like that. It's gonna be a fairly one-sided game, but I think it's a good opportunity to talk through sort of how to play the new Flashpoint maps, because I think it is pretty tricky, and I've just kind of figuring it out as well, and I'll talk you through my thought process. This game is Masters 1. So we're gonna shout start to get my team out there. By the way, I really like playing Junker Queen on the Flashpoint maps. I really like playing her on Control as well. For like the games I did play last season, I think Junker Queen's very flexible, especially when her sustain got buffed. I think she's good in a lot of different situations. You can counter dive, you can dive yourself, you can pull people out of position. You're a good ultimate as long as they don't have Kiriko. A lot of goodness that comes out of Junker Queen. Very flexible. The only problem with Junker Queen is obviously she has no vertical mobility, so I basically never play her on vertical maps. I also avoid playing her on very, very close ranged maps that are extremely brawly, like Control Center in Lijiang Tower, for example. I think that she's not as good because you can get easily shut down by like an Orisa or even a Rhine in some situations. A lot of people like to say Junker Queen like counters Rhine, and I don't know that I agree with that. Not in my experience. Okay, we're gonna go through here. By the way, coming through spawn, I think left and right are both identically fast to get to the point. Honestly, I think the left might be even a little bit faster, but it's pretty close. Either way, your goal is to take high ground on top of the arena and then control here. So because it's for the most part, I think symmetrical down the middle too, like this way. So that means that they could go in from left or they can go from right. Either way is possible. So it's possible to meet them on the same side. It's also possible that they go the other side, depending on just I guess which way they decide to pick. I honestly, it appears to me that it's like the same distance, so you could easily end up either side. So this will probably vary based on whether or not you want to be close to them versus you want to be far from them. So if you're running a Sigma lineup, you probably don't want to be on the side, but if you are running like a Rhine side, you probably do want to be on the same side as your opponent. It's going to vary. Open a knife to see what I can get. They have Ramacha right now, so I immediately step up, and I'm going to take this spot right here. So I have Shout coming back really soon, so I'm not worried about dying. I'm not worried about them walking into me. I do have Shout here, and I do have Axe. So playing up close here, I can get a quick Axe swing in, and then step back, which is really important. So Ramacha steps up, and he decides to flank on my side, which is great. Yeah, I'll take this. So I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to keep working him down while still covered from the rest of his team. The thing is, he's going to try to walk forwards. This is a mistake. And I hope that people watching this, like especially tank players, recognize that this is a mistake already. Because he's trying to push my tank back, which he thinks is his job. But number one, I have a Bastion shooting at him. Number two, I'm able to shoot his backside, so he can't block both me and my team. So I recognize, hey, he's made a mistake. I'm going to immediately chase him down and start shooting him. And I'm sure he was probably thinking that he's going to block here, but he just dies way too quickly. To be fair, the Bastion timing is like close-ish. I think the Bastion's kind of low. Yeah, see, so like he gets through, half of his health without being a problem, but the problem is that I'm still behind him, and if I just work him down here, he just dies way too fast for his team to be able to keep up with him. So with that, the fight's pretty much over. I just need to, just chill here, not to get picked. Working this on the Genji, he dashes in. I recognize, okay, he dashes in probably because he wants to get these kills. It would have been a big play. I'm sure he recognizes that's 45 right now as well, so he has to get kills in order to have any chance. Good dash. Baptiste is a good lamp to stop the death. I finish the Genji, and then it's just clean up from here. I do want to note the chases, though. So one of the things that Junker Queen's great at for Flashpoint in particular is how often you need to chase people down and how often you need to retreat from fights, because your shout helps all of your team move quickly and gives them a little bit of extra health. So this is a 5-on-3 situation. They need to regroup, and the spawn is relatively close, so they can regroup like out here without a problem. So they're going to try to do so, but I don't want to do that. I want to continue to stagger, so I want to press the advantage here. So hit the pole on the soldier and miss that shotgun, which is sad. Hit him with that one, get him again, great, get the kill. I see the supports are still in here. I go for the cleave, and you notice that I step out and then back in. The reason being is I want to make sure that if the Doomfist comes in, that I can hit him and the Mercy with it. So hit him, hit the Mercy. I'm going to try to chase the Mercy down. Moira fades out to save the Mercy. Okay, what is what it is. Right, work the Mercy down, pull her with a knife. I missed that shotgun shot, which made me very sad. I do the swing because I hear the Doomfist coming up on my left. Sound cues, like you hear/see him, on my left, so I'm gonna do the axe swing and then hit him in a second. That's making me so sad. I would hit the Moira if I didn't hit the Mercy. Right, hit him, great. Honestly, that's more for sustain than anything else. I reload. I'm just chilling, just trying to figure out what's going on my right flank. So Flashpoint is a really hard mode for a lot of players because of how dynamic it is, and I think it's intentional on Blizzard's part because in a lot, especially for like payload, they're like very set piece fights, right? Attacking teams here, defending teams here, it plays out pretty much the exact same way every single time. Control maps are a little more dynamic in terms of like the fights can be a little more spread out, but it's only like 2 to 3 different places where it can be fought. But Flashpoint, you get very dynamic fights. Like I'm like fighting way far outside of cover, which is sort of unusual, but it's because I have an advantage. I have a numbers advantage, so I'm trying to push that advantage, and I'm on the back line right now, right? But I'm out here too far, too long, so I have to try to retreat. I pop Shout here, Baptiste also pops Lamp because he's nervous, which I understand. I go in for the Axe Swing, and then I get another hit here, which is a good trick, but I actually probably overextend here. I probably should not have gone quite this far because I get really low. I drop all the way to 85, 50, right, 61. Team does a really good job keeping me alive. All right, I give him the thanks. All right, putting down some damage, just trying to hold this choke, right? This choke, really, really important, especially because my Bastion is on cooldown right now. So I need to make sure to kind of hold this myself, make their life hard. The Mercy's going to make the res. I don't know if I could have interrupted this. I think it would have been very hard to do so. I didn't even realize the Genji died during the game, I think. Yeah, I was way too low to interrupt that. Yeah, plus Dooms is blocking his doorway, I could have interrupted that. So I have Knife here, going for the Soldier who's straight ahead. Axe Swing, hit the Genji at the end, right? He dies from my Axe Swing plus the grenade. Carnage does a lot of damage. You should not, which is Axe, you should not underestimate that. That's 130 damage. So now that we've lost a bunch, I hope people watching this video recognize, like, oh, push, 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 right? Get picks, get picks, get picks. So I'm chasing, right? Shout allows me to chase down the Soldier. So pull him with this. Unfortunately, I have no ammo. And then he's going to do the biggest juke in my life. I'm going to miss him with it, and then I'm going to be like, wait, where did he go? This was so goofy, and I was like, all right, that was not my best moment. So for the first-person view, you can understand. I was shocked that he continued running around me in the circle instead of juking back the other way. But he did in fact get away, so I was like, all right, screw it. I have something I can do now. They're going to push into my team, but they've clearly forgotten about me. I hit Moira with the knife, forces out Fade, excellent. So now I know there's no Fade right now. I go for the Axe here, mostly to sustain because I recognize how far away I am from healing. I should have picked up the Mini on the way up, but I did not know the Mini was there, I'm just doing the map. Now, I get stuck in no man's land because the Soldier's going to kill me before I get back inside, is what I thought, but my Baptiste actually popped window to save me. So I go out here, I hit purple. I know this is fine because I know the supports are not here because I just saw them go in past me, so I know no one can save this Soldier. Alright, follow him, get back at him. Missed that knife, which is sad, but she pops Fade, which is great. Hit Axe on Doom. And then they go in, but at this point, I know the Moira's fading at the point because it's 99, so she has to touch. Go down here, kill the Moira, and then we're fine. So, next point, I don't even know where it is. I honestly need to wait for the icon to appear. And I'm looking, I'm like, okay, cool, where's the next point? So it's this direction where all my teammates are running. So I want to pop Shout here, but I'm actually the slowest one here, so I just pop Shout from the back. I realize, though, that my team is going, this is the wrong direction. They're walking in front of the enemy spawn, so they're going to get caught out here. And as soon as I realize this, I immediately go back. This is a good example of why Flashpoint is really hard to play, is reacting to stuff like this. I'm like, wait, I can't keep going forwards. There's no point in me going to the point. I need to protect my team right now so that we can all rotate together. Otherwise, we're going to all run over there, and we're going to lose 2, and we're going to have 3 people here, and they're going to have 5, and then we're going to lose anyway. So I need to chill here, right? Even though I'm like, look, can I do a lot of damage? I can't, but I'm just trying to discourage them from trying to follow. Bastion should have gone this way, which is a mistake. He's going to get lit up here, right? And he's going to die right here in a second. He lives for a little bit longer. But at this point, not a lot I can do. Yeah, Bastion's going to die here. Not a lot I can do at this point. I'm just rotating. I don't even know if this leads to the point. I thought so, but I wasn't 100% sure. I'm going to Shout here to get my team just out of spam range and be able to position on the point. So I heard the Soldier on the right, which is why I was immediately walking to the point. So right here, I heard the footsteps of the Soldier on the left. So my priority is to run over here and immediately go after the Soldier, because I can't do anything about the Sigma. Sigma's going to beat me in a poke fight, and I can't rush him down if we're down 1. Going for the knife, missed it. Soldier gets popped by a concussive, looks like. Hit the Soldier. Hit. This is very rare. I have to say this, I was on tonight in terms of aiming, for the most part. The odds of killing the Soldier here in 1 axe and 2 shots through healing station is pretty low. So this is the Axe Swing. This is going to be a body shot. So Axe Swings, they're going to do, what is it, like 60 plus 90, something like that. For initial damage plus the bleed over time Uh, 60 plus 70 would be my guess, if offhand, something like that. I'm gonna hit him with a good body shot there, and then I'm gonna finish him with another body shot. So it does help that he ran to the wall. But killing a soldier in that, if I could do that consistently, I would be like GM1 of Junker Queen. Like killing someone with the axe from 2 shots consistently is not easy. I'm gonna hit the Moira, but I'm gonna die here, which is pretty much what I expected. So we were already down the Bastion, and we have the slow rotate. Like I saw that we already lost the Junkrat and the Kiriko, so I have no real way of winning this fight. So I'm just gonna kill the soldier and trade out for it, which is fine. Reset, shout back. They've decided to play a forward angle. Soldier pops visor crazy far away, which is fine. You just see that I totally ignore it. This is something that at lower ranks people don't realize. They think, oh, soldier visor, I need to hide. As a tank, you don't need to do anything. Like you can just ignore it completely and just go about your day because it doesn't increase their damage, right? Because it gives them perfect accuracy, but at like even once you hit like gold/platinum, nobody misses tanks with hit scan weapons. So you're not taking any more damage than you would have without the visor. So as tanks, don't hide from visor unless you're like super low, obviously. Do whatever you would normally do, which is in this case move up and start taking space, because like I'm not going to do anything right now. I do have to wait and give my time a little bit to move forwards because I know they're being zoned by the visor. That's why you see me waiting here instead of continuing to push the Sigma. Junkrat kills soldier, so I know we're in 5-on-4. I want to push aggressively. I have shout here. Right? I try to get behind the Genji for the axe swing. Work him down. I know he doesn't deflect. Trying to kill him, miss him, but work him down. Okay, great. Excellent. I'm going to shout because I want to push the pace, right? Pace here, really, really important. I know we have advantage. Now we should be up 2. Well, except soldier just got rezzed. So now it's going to be 5-on-4. But we're going to keep going. I'm going to force my over fade. Okay, great. Try to go for it. Nope, can't get her. Sigma misses me the rock. Get him low, right? That's fine. I reload. Go after the Moira again. So I'm in their backline right now, right? Sigma here, Moira here, soldier here. I'm going for the Moira. I know that fade's coming back up in a second. If it hasn't already, it is back up. But I need to force her to fade out. Moira fades out, I look for her. I'm like, oh, okay, there she is. This would have been on target if I could shoot through a wall, but I didn't even know the wall was there. Because, like, you see how little time I have to react to this? Like, you gotta be quick to try to land it because of the travel time. Like, I had time to see it, but, like, I had to actually, like, stick her before she got to the door if it wouldn't be relevant. Alright, axe the Sigma. He does hit me this time. I'm in a little trouble here, but I think I get burst healed plus my shout. And now I get to be really aggressive. I wanted to shoot her there, but I didn't have a shot. So I thought about dropping here, and I didn't because I didn't actually know what was down here. I didn't know how long it would take me to rotate back up. And I think knowing the map a little better, it would have been the correct call for me to drop here and kill the Moira. But I just didn't know that at the time because I don't know the map well enough. This is why it's so important to learn how maps work. so important. Somebody was trying to ask me to do a replay review last week, actually, of one of the Flashpoint maps. With them as tank, and I just didn't want to do it because I just don't trust myself to have good reads on a map that I don't know. And I think that all tanks should feel the same way. You need to know, like, if I tell you, hey, if you go around here and turn to the left, do you know what's there? Like, do you know it looks like this? Do you know where the nearest mini is? Do you know where the nearest mega is? If you don't, you really can't play tank well, right? It's like a huge knowledge gap between you and like what you want to do and what you can do if you don't know what like the map layout is like perfectly. And there's sometimes I might do some of my other games tonight too where you'll see me actually fail to navigate backwards because I can't do the map. I can't move through the map backwards. Like for all the existing maps, I can like do this like all the way through the entire map without hitting any walls, just because I know like visually just by seeing my left and right where I am and like my spatial awareness, which is important as a tank because you back up a lot. All right. Playing the corner here, you'll notice how far off the point we were playing. I think that's really important to note. There's no reason to play on the point. Just like most points in the game, they're not really well designed for you to fight on them. If we decide to fight on the point, what's going to happen is they're going to take all this space around us and we're going to get shot from every direction. And there's not going to be any cover and my support's going to get worked down. But as long as I can play up here, I can force all the attention to be on me, not on my supports, not on my DPS, because they're all trying to force their way through this one choke, and I can keep being like the face of my team, taking damage but also getting healed and preventing them from making any progress. Also, if they kill us here, right, or they're winning a fight, they pick me, let's say, my team can withdraw back to the point and stall for time. Time is really, really important, right? We can all just scatter back onto the point. Everybody leaves except for one person who stays on point. Okay, start tapping. Another person sacrifices themselves. Okay, they kill them. Another person sacrifices themselves, and you just stagger in like that. Same strategy that applies in control to try to buy as much time off the clock as possible. Very, very, very important. If we were all on the point, we all die together, right? All 5 of us die at the same time, and then they end up capping it right away. So basically being out here, even if we all get wiped by grab right now, it's still going to take them like 20-25% to be able to cap, because they have to wipe us and then run all the way over to the point and then start capping it. It's actually probably more than that. It's because it counts faster in Flashpoint, I noticed. Like, it counts faster than it does in Control for sure. So we're going to go up right now. Sigma's going to try to make his way in. I can feel that he tries to go in. I know the Moira's going to be following him, so I go for the cleave, and I go for the supports right away. Hit the Moira, forces Fade, and then Sigma's going to die here instantly. Why does Sigma die here instantly? Because, number one, they're going to pop window. Number two is he used Shift, right? So I saw him use Flux, or Grasp. Sorry, Grasp. So I saw him use Grasp, so he has the ability to eat any of this damage. Number three, there's window. But without the Moira here, right, without Grasp, he lowers the shield too, or the shield breaks like instantly, one or the other. Yeah, it breaks instantly. He just dies instantly here. So from there, chase down. Want to get people. Go for the Genji. Looking for him. Looking. Right, I kill him right now. It's a big stagger, but can't get it. Dashes straight up. I want him. I really want him, but I miss some shots. But I realize I'm too far forward right now, and I really need to go back. Yeah, see, I could have died here. This is a good example of just not knowing the map well. I should not have died here. This is a throw. Like, I need to get a better feel for how far I can chase. This is their spawn, and I do not realize that. Like, I thought their spawn was like going to be over here somewhere, and this is a mistake by me, which is going to give them an opportunity to try to recontest. Fortunately, I come back in. My team does a great job without me. I don't even need to do anything. Right, just picking off people. Moira's here. Hit her with a knife. Pull in. Go for the Carnage. I expect her to fade. She doesn't fade. All right, fine. I do a ton of damage to her. She's going to come out with like 50 health. And we cap and finish. So now we rotate. We're going to rotate all together, which is great. Everything's going well. Rotate. Right, Pharah's trying to shoot me. It is what it is. See, and this is a good example where, like, if I knew the map better, I would recognize, be like, look, can I actually push here, like, behind her? The answer is I can. And I thought that, but I wasn't sure. And I should be sure whether or not I can push that or not. The Sigma, on the other hand, has made a mistake. He has early rotated way too far ahead of his team. Like, yeah, he's, like, kind of slowing us down here for a little bit and doing some damage, but he is way too far ahead of his team, and I'm going to realize that right away. Because I saw the Hanzo's over here, the Pharah's over here, and I know the supports have to be behind them, because I can hear the Lucio at a minimum. So I'm going to go, like, come up here and get ready to go in on the Sigma. Sigma pops Grasp, I immediately pop Axe, right, because he can't eat that. I work the Sigma down as much as I can. He does Rock, I duck it. Unfortunately, my Baptiste gets super low here. Shocking, he does not die. Work the Sigma down, kill the Sigma. Right, go for the Moira, pop Spade. Hanzo here, Hanzo's one. I should have died here, but very, very lucky. I pop Shout as soon as it's up. Moira fades, chase the Moira. I really should have killed her here. The Lucio saves her life by booping me back. I want to go for the Lucio. I saw the Mega there, and I was like, I thought about getting it, but I'm like, that feels too dangerous, which is great, because I did not realize the Pharah was here, and she's going to ulti, and I'm going to immediately walk around the corner. So, just barely stay alive here. Baptiste threw a lamp here to save my life just in case. I noticed that they swapped Orisa. So against Sigma, I can find opportunities to just run him over. For Orisa, that can basically never happen unless she completely messes up her cooldowns. So now, I want to call for, like, retreat, right? Now I just want to go back, give some space, because I don't want to be fighting 5 people outside of their spawn here. It's just not a good fight. So I want to back up just a bit, not too far, not to the point quite yet, but I want to give some space. But when I see my Bastion, she's in tank form, and my Baptiste's pop window, then I want to walk back forwards. Baptiste's great job, excellent job carrying this game, honestly. Kills the Orisa window. I go for the Hanzo. Gonzo dies. I pop Axe before he died, so fortunate. Try to get the Pharah. Alright, reset. So once again, you notice I'm giving them a lot of space here because I have Rampage right now. So I actually want to bake them in. I'm trying to explain to my team, or I didn't like say anything, but I'm like group up, and they see me, we'll go back. So everybody goes inside of the point. I will tell you preemptively, this point is going to be super goofy because I'm going to keep walking into the middle of the platform, which I did not realize was even there. Like, mentally, it did not click with me that was something that you could walk into. Like, there was a hole in the middle of the platform. So Orisa's coming in. The great thing about this is baiting them inside here also made it really easy for Bastion to land ultis. So he pops ulti, which forces Lucio to pop beat. I have Rampage now. I don't want to use it because A, I only see 2 people, and Orisa's never going to die. And B, they have beat, so no one's going to die. So I'm just waiting for them to clump a little more, right? Working them down. Okay, Fortify's pop. And then it's unfortunate because that's right when I was looking to pop Rampage. They hit both supports and then the Orisa. But alas, I fall into the pit. The DPS are doing God knows what on the outside. Yeah, they're coming back now. So the enemy team's timing is completely off. I'm gonna shout up here. As soon as I see that there's the Pharah's coming in my left and the Orisa's here, Lucio's here, I can't do anything. So I'm gonna shout just to keep the Bastion alive, work the Pharah a little bit, and now I'm gonna pop. I was hoping to hit the Pharah, the Lucio, and the Orisa. The Pharah uses boost to get out of it just in time. Right. Yeah. So she gets out of it just in time, is what it is. So now I want to work down the Lucio and the Orisa. Unfortunately, I fall back into the pit. So this is going to happen again. So I'm just going to rotate, and I'm like, wow, I really should lose this fight. And sometimes this happens, right? Sometimes your team just carries it for you. Don't rely on it, but sometimes your team does carry it for you. So I'm going to come back in, start working the Orisa. Orisa pops Fortify. As soon as she pops Fortify, I just leave. Right? I know I'm low here. I know I'm in trouble. Get back in cover. Pushing there would have been a mistake. I go back. And now I want to go for the Hanzo. I have Shout this time, so I should be able to kill him. Pull in past me. Unfortunate. I think he lunges at the same time. I think that's what happens here. Yeah, he lunges to get by me. But the thing is, he's still close enough for me to axe. If the Bastion didn't kill him, I 100% would have killed him there. Hit the Orisa, work the Orisa down. And then with this, I'm going to miss a bunch, kill Lucio. And that is going to be game. Okay, so to recap, for Flashpoint, right? Number one, obviously, Junker Queen, very, very good pick. Not saying you have to play Junker Queen by any means, but like she is a really good pick if you're thinking like, oh, what tank plays well in Flashpoint? Junker Queen plays well in Flashpoint. Number two is obviously the dynamic nature of the fight. Like, don't be afraid to chase down for picks, but understand how far you can go after a fight is won. And number three is rotate with your team together to go to the next point. Don't worry about rushing there. This is especially problematic if you're playing a fast hero like Doomfist or Ball or Winston. You all have slow supports and DPS. They'll get left behind and they'll get picked off by the enemy team. Just rotate together. Stay together. Rotate together. If the enemy team ends up getting to the point faster than you because of that, that's okay, right? That's okay. Just let them do it if it means you wouldn't get somebody picked as a result. So, yeah, those are just some quick notes on Flashpoint. If anybody's interested, hopefully it's helpful.